being able to go out and educate the people, and I felt I've just got to go and do it.
That's great. I mean,
Yeah.
I really commend you for
Thanks.
stepping forward, because there are many who cannot say what you're sharing with us here. You know, they need help, but they haven't gotten to the point where you have, where you can come out and actually talk about it.
That's tough.
I'm going to share with you what I think may be one of the reasons that our pool of Asian Americans is so small. I grew up in a home that's very traditionally Chinese, and I was told I could not donate blood. And I always wanted to do these things where I was helping somebody, you know, and because there was a feeling in the culture that you must maintain that sense of wholeness, both in death and in life.
Right.
So, you know, even to be a organ donor, you know, even though you're no longer around, your body shouldn't be tampered with, because then, you know, there's this violation of some kind. And my parents are very, very staunch about that. I mean, even when I wanted to donate blood, I was not allowed to do that. And I can see that thinking must be there, and not just with my parents.
No, absolutely. I think that it's a mental block. It is
Yes.
there, and I have experienced that oftentimes even the younger people will come forward and they want to register, and then they are nervous that if they do match somebody, and they go and ask their parents,
That's right.
should they actually be donors, their parents are going to say no.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes, I've actually had a few young people call me and say, well, you know, I think I've matched somebody, and my parents are going to say no, but I really want to do this.
Right. And they're minors.
Well, they're not minors, but they still, you know, in the Asian, even if you're 20, 21, you still need to get permission from your parents.
I'm 52. I'm still getting permission
Hey,
sometimes.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I understand that.
So that is an issue. And again, I think the only answer to that is more education. That it, you know, what can be more giving, and what can be more in the spirit of human kindness, that you can actually save somebody's life, and that doesn't tamper with your wholeness in any way, because the amount of marrow that you give is rejuvenated within a week.
Yeah, let's repeat that, because you know, for those that are watching this show, once you go through the process, within a week, you're back to normal, right?
Absolutely.
A healthy person reproduces that bone marrow.
Absolutely. Actually, you're normal before a week. What happens is that you give about 3 to 5% of your marrow, and you feel like you've had a flu, or you know, slight soreness is what you feel for a couple of days at the most. So what you may have to do is skip work or college for a day, and you can function normally the second day. However, the amount of marrow that you do give is going to take about a week to rejuvenate that.
And how is that bone marrow, you know, how is that done? Is it an injection, or is it almost like a transfusion? How does that work?
It's actually both, because there are two ways of doing it. One of them is it's under anesthesia, and they take out marrow from your pelvic bone, and it's, you know, so you don't feel it, and they just take it out, and then it's infused into the person who's the recipient is. The other option is that you get injections, growth-stimulating injections for 5 days, and then it's just like a transfusion. But what you're doing is you're attached to a centrifuging machine, and your marrow or your peripheral blood is taken out, and they remove stem cells and put the blood back, which is less painful.
Less pain, the better,
yeah,
right?
Exactly, exactly.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, I know that I have signed the back of the licenses that says, you know, I am willing to be I'm willing to be an organ donor. Now I find that that's not enough. That even though I have signed that, and even though I am an adult, my next of kin must approve of that. Am I correct?
Yes, I recently heard that.
And so that means that I need to make sure that I've clued them in on what my intentions are.
Right, and to be a marrow donor, you actually need to join the registry other than just being a marrow, an organ donor on your driver's license.
Right.
Yeah.
Seema, we've run. Seema. For those of you who are watching this, Seema is in need of a bone marrow transplant. If you or anyone you know is willing and able to donate and would like information on how to do so, call 703-243-0853. Remember, if someone in your family were in need of an organ transplant, you would want someone to step forward for you. Thanks to my guests, Lena Sun and Seema Chauhan, and to all of you for joining me. Stay well, and we'll see you next time.